Ma'am, I'm going to need you to remove your jacket before we proceed. The judge's voice was stern, clipped, and final. The courtroom went still. Whispers died in throats. All eyes turned toward the woman standing at the front, tall, poised, and wearing a plain zip-up hoodie over a tight grey tank top. Her name was Rebecca Lane, and today was supposed to be a routine custody hearing. Instead, what happened next would leave the entire courtroom breathless, and the internet on fire by sunset. She hesitated, hands gripping the fabric of her sleeves. Her eyes flicked toward her sons sitting behind her, both wearing hoodies that said Marcus across the chest. They looked nervous, scared. And Rebecca, she looked like someone holding back a secret. Slowly, she unzipped the hoodie, revealing her arms. And the second she did, the judge froze. Tattooed on her shoulder was a large, intricate cross, its wings extended with feathers detailed like blades. At its center, the name Marcus was etched in bold script, the same name on her son's sweatshirts. The courtroom didn't know the story, not yet. But the judge did, his gavel halfway in the air, slowly lowered. The entire room seemed to exhale at once. 3 years ago, Marcus Lane, Rebecca's husband and father to her twin boys, was killed while working as a firefighter in the very town, now deciding whether his widow was fit to raise their children. He'd died saving 3 lives from a house explosion. His name had been honored at the state capitol. His funeral had shut down city blocks. But when Rebecca fell behind on bills, moved into a modest trailer, and started working nights to provide for her boys, Child Services claimed she couldn't offer a stable environment. She didn't have a fancy lawyer, she didn't come from money. And now she was facing losing the last pieces of the man she loved most. But what no one knew, not the judge, not the lawyers, not even the court officers, was what was inked underneath that hoodie. The tattoo wasn't just a tribute, it was a vow. Beneath the cross were the words, "For every flame you faced, I will face 1,000 more." For them. The judge leaned forward, his expression cracked. Rebecca didn't flinch. She stood still, exposed, raw. And yet, stronger than anyone in that courtroom could have guessed. The prosecuting attorney cleared her throat, unsure whether to speak. But it was the judge who broke the silence first. "Mrs. Lane," he said slowly, "when did you get that tattoo?" Rebecca's voice didn't shake. "The day after his funeral, I told the artist, make it permanent. I never want to forget what he gave up, or what I promised to carry." Her sons, seated behind her, dropped their heads, both wiping tears from their eyes. One of them whispered, "We told her not to show it. She didn't want pity." The judge set his gavel down, firmly, deliberately. "This isn't pity," he said. "This is honor." Suddenly, the courtroom wasn't about legalities anymore. It was about legacy, about sacrifice, about the silent strength of a woman who'd been judged too many times by what she didn't have, and never recognized for what she did. And then came the reversal. The judge, now visibly emotional, leaned forward. "I've reviewed the records, your son's grades, their behavior, their letters to this court. I don't need any more testimony, Mrs. Lane." He looked her in the eye. "You're not just fit to raise these boys, you're a damn hero to them." Gasps swept through the benches. A woman in the back quietly applauded. Even the opposing attorney nodded, lips pursed in reluctant admiration. Rebecca didn't smile. She simply reached down, grabbed her jacket, and turned to her boys. They ran to her. She dropped to her knees as they hugged her like they hadn't in years. No one said a word. No one had to. That moment, a mother kneeling, arms inked with pain and promise, embracing her sons as the system finally saw her worth, was caught on camera by a court observer. The clip went viral by nightfall. Headlines read, "Tattooed Mum Silences Judge and Wins It All." TikTok stitched the moment with firefighter tributes. Veterans, single mums, and blue-collar families across the country rallied behind her story. And Rebecca, she returned home with her sons. This time, not to fear another knock on the door, but to sit together around the dinner table and plan the life they had just reclaimed. So don't judge a person by their clothes, their tattoos, or their bank account. Strength doesn't always wear a suit. Sometimes it wears scars and carries names inked on skin that will never fade. Before we wrap up this story, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Don't just scroll, we're reading every single one. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comments.